Hey, y'all. Happy Saturday. It is raining profusely out here in the NYC. So I hope wherever you are that you got good weather. Give me a moment. Y'all, this is the life of an entrepreneur. Anytime that you are about to do something dope and it's really going to affect the people, this is what happens. I promise you. Happens every time. So if you feel like things are always going to be perfect, what up, Reem? If you feel like things are always going to be perfect, let me tell you right now, the minute you are about to do something that's going to impact people, that is when the resistance comes. That's when the enemy want to hop in like, hey, thought you had a friend. So forgive me for being about 3 minutes late. That is not my style at all, at least not for lives. If you my friend in real life, you know that in real life, like, I do that. But at least when I say I'm going to come live, I'm going to come live. So let me just set up Facebook over here. And then we're going to get right into what I got for y'all today. Definitely share this out with some people. This is going to really help a lot of people. I promise you. First of all, if you know me, you know that when I come on here, spitting hot fire because I'm gifted in that way, right? That's how God created me. So that's what I do. I come on here to bless the people because God has chose me to be a blessing. So definitely share this out because once I get started, it's gonna be real good. Everything wants to bother me this morning, but we not gonna do that because champions adjust. You heard me? I'm from New York for those that don't know. So if you see me here and saying certain things, it's the New York in me. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Here we go. All right, we got Facebook up and running. Yes. All right, great. Wonderful. Great and happy Saturday to all. I know I got my phone here, my laptop here. For those who don't know who I am, I'm looking at two cameras, y'all, so just rock with me. For those who don't know who I am, my name is Christina Danielle, author of 3 books, mother to 2 of the most amazing humans God could have ever created. I am very adamant about always honoring my kids. If you are a parent, make sure that you are honoring your kids. I don't care if they don't listen half the time, neither do mine, right? But make sure that you honor your kids, right? Because I truly believe that my children have helped me to be who I am. What's up, Shanisha? So I always honor my children. So mother to 2 of the most amazing children, people, adults God could have ever created, right? They are HBCU students. Whoop, whoop. All right. Author to 3 different books. Fervent Prayers for the Purpose Woman was written in December 2017 after I was dealing with a divorce. Then I wrote, I got the keys, 5 keys to success. I wrote that in June of 2020 after I survived COVID, after being down for 2 months. Thank you, God, for healing. Thank you, God, for grace. Thank you, God, for prayers. Y'all, that was a very, very scary time of my life. And then the third book is my 21-day devotional for women titled 21 Days of a Purpose Woman. That was written a couple months after my second book, also in 2020. All of my books you can get on my website, www.christinadanielle.co. I am also a curator of masterclasses. If you've ever been in my masterclass, you already know what type of time I'm on. You already know it's fire. You already know your life has been transformed. So you need to go tell somebody else about it and don't be selfish, okay? That's just the point. So my masterclass courses are also available on my website. And y'all, I got a boot camp coming up. And listen, if you're not a part of this boot camp, you are really, really, really playing yourself. I'm just telling you, you're just playing yourself because if you've ever heard me speak, whether it's been through lives or through a masterclass, you already know how this goes down, right? And so you definitely want to get a part of that boot camp. It is limited seats only for that boot camp, and that is at www.prayprosper.com. And I just released a book writing reference guide that is also on my website. So yes, I got a lot going on because let me tell you something, and this is going to be what we're going to talk about today, right? First of all, we got to stop being afraid to promote ourselves. You are so dope in your own right, and you're so afraid to tell people what you do. You're so afraid to tell people what you got to offer that nobody knows, right? And so when you see me showing up more recently now, because I used to be that person like, oh, I don't want people to think that I'm trying to sell them something. I don't want people trying to think I'm trying to get in their pockets. First of all, if it ain't for you, it ain't for you. And that's just the bottom line. but it's going to be for somebody. So therefore I have to put it out there. So who it's for will know that it's for them, and they'll know that it's available. So that wasn't even part of what I was going to talk about today, but somebody needs to hear that, because what I do is I definitely do encourage women and entrepreneurs to operate profoundly in their confidence so they can prosper in their purpose. So I'm telling you right now, if you are an entrepreneur, if you have a business, a product, a service, please make sure you are out here promoting yourself, right? Tell people what you do. I don't care if it's not perfect. I don't care if you just started it. That doesn't matter. Tell people what you do, so that they can get to know you, right? And even if it's not perfect, what you do is you start somewhere and then you refine it as you go along, right? Everything that I've done, none of it has started out perfect. And I'm pretty sure I've got some great, dope, amazing entrepreneur friends who will tell you the same thing, that they have started things, they've put things out there with nobody liking it, nobody buying it. Sometimes they didn't even understand what they were doing when they started, but they started anyway. And now because they started something, they can take what they started and they can refine it and make it better. So don't be afraid to promote yourself. All right. That wasn't even part of today's lesson. That was a bonus for y'all. You're welcome. All right. So let's get into today's talk. So as I stated, I got the Pray Prosper Bootcamp coming up. And one of the reasons why I curated this boot camp is because I understood that a lot of people were struggling to find their purpose. All right. I have had so many people who have come to me and they said, I'm just trying to find my purpose. I'm just trying to find my purpose. And even some of my clients have said, I just want to find my purpose. I don't know what my purpose is. And I want to talk to you today on 4 reasons why you can't find, notice what I'm doing here, find your purpose. All right. One of the pre-reasons, because I got 4 reasons for you why you can't find your purpose. But let's just start here. Do we even understand what purpose is? So if you're in the chat, you're watching this live, I want you to type in the chat, what is purpose to you? If you can tell me really quickly what purpose is, I want to see who understands what purpose is. Let's see. Facebook, I don't know why this keeps doing this and why I can't see your stuff. So forgive me, because I can't see none of your stuff. And I don't know why it keeps doing that. But Instagram, I got you over here. Tell me what you think purpose is to you. What is your definition of purpose? Let's see. I'm going to try to go over here and see if I can see Facebook on this side. Shanisha said, purpose is what God desires me to do while I'm here on earth to bring people to his kingdom. You better talk about it. That's right. So let's talk about this, right? Most people don't understand what purpose is. And when you understand what purpose is, you're no longer going to say, I can't find my purpose, right? Because purpose is definitely what Shanisha said. Oh, I can see Facebook now. Perfect. Naomi says it's what you were created for. Natalie said purpose is your reason for being present in moment in time. Yes. So let's understand what purpose is, right? Because we always say we can't find our purpose, but have we even defined what purpose is, right? Because you can't find what you can't even define. Bonus. Okay. This is why y'all got to sign up for the boot camp, because I be spitting fire out here. It be the spirit in me, though. I can't even take the credit. That's the God in me, right? But you can't find what you cannot define. So let us define what purpose is. Purpose is the reason why God has created you to be on this earth, right? He had a specific reason for you to be present. He made sure that you had a certain type of talk, a certain type of walk, a certain type of character, a certain type of heart. Like he literally curated you, right? You are not a copycat. You're not a cookie cutter. He literally curated you uniquely for a purpose that he had for you on this earth, right? And so once you understand that, you no longer are finding your purpose because you understand that it's in God, right? So are you really searching for your purpose? Or are you really searching to have that relationship with God? That's what you really need to be asking yourself, right? And let me just be really clear about who I serve. Let me tell you something. I was the worst of them with the best of them. If you know, you know. I was the worst of them with the best of them, all right? And so I was a teenage parent. I went through the shelter system. I had a nasty attitude. Who you see today is a refined person. This is a person who God said, yeah, I'm going to need all of that energy that you got there, and I'm going to turn it around and use it for my good. And that's what you're going to do. That's who you're seeing in front of you right now. And so, sorry, y'all. I should have put my do not disturb on, but I didn't. So I'll do that later. Usually I get that done. My apologies on that. So that's what purpose is, right? Purpose is what God has created you to do. So when you think about it now as if God created me to do this thing, there's nothing for me to find. I don't got to find the purpose. I got to find God. Hey, yo, God, what's up? And this is literally how I talk to God, right? So if you never heard me talk before, if you're new to me, you're going to understand that I am very authentic, right? I am who God has created me to be, right? I'm definitely a God girl, but I'm very authentic. I don't even know how else to put that. I'm Christina. That's who I am, right? I don't try to be nobody else. I don't try to talk to nobody else. I ain't nobody's preacher. I'm none of that. But I know my God, and I know the relationship that I have with him, and I know what he's taking me out of, and I know he could do the same for all my people. And so I use my voice, my purpose, my platform, and my products to be able to translate that information to the audience. And so now that we've understood what our purpose is, right? We understand that our purpose is in God. We are no longer, you have to promise, I need everybody to type in the comments right now, I am no longer searching for my purpose. I need you to put that in the comments. I am no longer searching for my purpose, right? You got to make that declaration. Because once you make that declaration, you can't go back to the way that you used to be. You can't go back to the way you used to think. You can't go back to the way you used to talk. You got to understand that it is your posture that will change your position, right? So if you have a posture that says, I am no longer searching for my purpose, because that means you know what your purpose is, your position is going to change. You're no longer going to be in this space of confusion like, I'm just trying to find my purpose. I'm just trying to find my purpose. So you got to make that declaration. If you are serious about making sure that you will no longer serve that mediocre mindset that says, I'm trying to search for my purpose, I'm trying to find my purpose, right? You got to type that I am no longer searching for my purpose, right? And that is a declaration to yourself. And it's a declaration to the enemy, because the enemy be trying to play y'all when you out here talking about you searching for your purpose, and he over here thinking that he's somebody God, and that's why you be all types of confused. Okay? So let's get into these 4 reasons why you can't find your purpose. Number one, one of the reasons why you cannot find your purpose is because you're looking from a desperate place. So you end up even more frustrated when you can't find it, right? And this is why we had to define what purpose is first, right? Because if you out here trying to figure out, well, where's my purpose? And here's how, if you want to know if you're that person that's operating from a desperate place, I'm going to tell you right now. If you are on social media, right, and you're looking at people that you may idolize or envy or jealous of, and you're like, I don't understand why they get to do that. I want to be able to do that. I don't understand why she got that. I want that type of man. I want that type of woman. This is just annoying. I don't even understand why I'm here. I hate it here. That means you're operating from a place of desperation. That is exactly what you're doing. You don't even realize that you're operating from a place of desperation, because social media has made it so easy for you to be mediocre that nobody's ever even told you, hey, you're being mediocre right now because you're operating from a place of desperation. All right. So one of the reasons why you cannot find your purpose is because you're looking from a desperate place. And then what happens is you end up more frustrated because you're like, I don't understand why they got that. And I don't understand why I can't get this. And I don't understand why nobody's buying my product. Stop operating from a place of desperation. Remember, purpose is what God has created you to do. So if God created you to do something, you've got a purpose on this earth, then you don't operate from a desperate place, right? Because God is abundant. So that means that everything that you need, he got. So you don't see the lights? Oh, well, go back to your Heavenly Father like, God, where you want me to go? Because this audience, they probably not understanding. Or maybe you need to change their minds. Or maybe you need to change my strategy. What has to happen, right? Instead of operating from that place of desperation, go and look for an answer. Go look for a strategy. This is why I got the Pray Prosper Bootcamp for y'all, right? Go and get a strategy that will get you out of that desperation place. You separate from the desperation so that you can operate out of a place of purification. You need to purify your soul and your spirit because it's angry. Your spirit is angry because it's desperate. So you need to purify that thing. All right. So that's the first reason why you can't find your purpose. The number 2 is you've looked for validation from people and you got discouraged when you couldn't receive it. Listen, let me tell you something. Validation is only for parking. I heard that. That is not my line. I ain't gonna take the credit for it, but you ain't never heard it. If you ain't never heard it before, then you can give me the credit. All right? Validation is for parking, y'all. That's what that's for. It's that ticket that you gotta validate so that you don't have to pay for the parking because you stayed at some spot and they had an agreement with something, or the companies had an agreement, so they validated your parking. That's what validation is for, right? But notice that validation is an agreement. It's an agreement between two companies that says, hey, if this person uses my service, I'm going to make sure that you get your service for free. That's an agreement, right? And so let's go back to talking about being discouraged and being in this agreement of validation. You have made an agreement, right, to be discouraged because somebody didn't buy your product. They didn't validate what you said what you was going to do. They didn't validate your purpose. They didn't validate your service. So because let me take a sip because you have created this best product, this best service, right? And now you showed it to your best friend. Let's talk real here. This best product, this best service, you showed it to your best friend, your best people. They've been holding you down, right? Everything you did when y'all was going to the club, popping bottles, they was down, right? When people was trying to get on your nerves and you was like, yo, we got to pull up on the scene, they was down. They was down for all of that. But now you trying to go up. Now you trying to elevate. Now you looking at yourself like, you know what? I got to do something different. This is not what I want anymore. I'm tired of being mediocre. You want to go up. And now you go to these same people who held you down and you tell them, yo, I want to elevate. I want to go up. I'm trying to do this and I'm trying to make this happen. And they like, I don't know if that's going to work. I tried it. It didn't work for me. Or better yet, my friend tried it. My mama tried it. My uncle, my daddy and them tried it. And it didn't work for them. So they are putting an agreement of discouragement on you that they don't even have an agreement with because it's from somebody else that they saw that wasn't successful in it. And now they telling you they can't. They are a third party discouragement. Stop agreeing to third party discouragements. They ain't even try it themselves, but because they saw somebody else try it and fail, they telling you it ain't gonna work. And what you have now done is you have said, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this then. You have allowed that third party discouragement to validate your purpose. You have allowed that to come into agreement with your purpose. We're not doing that no more. We're not doing that no more. All right. So what you're going to do right now is you're going to type in the comments, right? I am no longer discouraged by somebody else's validation. That might be too long. Let's make it quick, right? Because some of y'all, by the time you get to like the third word, you be like, I can't do this no more because y'all don't got no tenacity to keep going. Y'all don't got no perseverance to keep going. So let me make it easy for y'all. That's a whole nother topic there. All right. I am no longer looking for validation. Period. I am no longer looking for validation. We're going to do some declarations today. We already said I'm no longer searching for my purpose. And now we're going to talk about I am no longer looking for validation. So y'all need to type that in the comments. I am no longer looking for validation. All right. And make that declaration to yourself. We ain't doing this no more. We're not coming into agreement with discouragement. We're not coming into agreement with validation. We are validated by God. First of all, you're valued and validated by God. So you don't need nobody else's validation. You don't need nobody else to believe in you. This is why I said this is my big year. My big year means I have to believe in God. That's my big year. Everything that I'm doing is I'm believing in God this year. This is my big year. I ain't even trying to believe in Christina right now. I'm be honest with y'all. Because Christina could let herself down real quick. Right? Some people don't want to talk about that. Some people don't want to talk about the fact that they could let themselves down real quick because I know that I have a powerful voice. And because my voice is powerful in the positive, it's also positive and powerful in the negative. Because what we try to do is we try to separate it sometimes. And we try to say, well, I'm powerful when I'm talking positive. But when I'm negative, it's down here. No, it's the same power. Which is why you got to be mindful of what you say to yourself. Who's with you all the time? You. You are with you all the time. So be mindful of what you're saying to yourself. All right. So those are our 2 declarations so far. I'm no longer searching for my purpose, and I am no longer looking for validation. All right. Make sure you make that declaration. The third reason why you can't find your purpose is you've discounted yourself because either your value was stolen or never recognized. Now, this is a big, big one. How many have ever experienced stolen value? Anybody ever experienced where people didn't value at all? Some people steal it. Some people don't even value it at all. Me, right? I have been in situations between family, between relationships, between what was once a friendship, where people didn't understand my value, or they discounted my value, or they just didn't give me any at all, right? Thank you. They didn't give me any at all, right? And so what that did for me is that made me discount myself. Listen, I have discounted myself for so long. Why do y'all think, if you've been around me for any length of time, you will notice that there are prices on certain things that have started to go up. And that is because I had to rediscover my value. I had to rediscover, like, wait a minute, hold up. I'm real dope. Like, I know my stuff. And I know my stuff because of all the pain and the trauma that I've been through. This is why I'm transparent on social media, because I've been through so much things that I had to go through that to be who I am today, right? I had to. And a lot of times we want to hide from what we've been through because we like, I don't want nobody to know. And I get it. There are certain things that people shouldn't know, right? And you can keep personal to yourself. But you also got to understand there are certain things that you have to share because people need to see the truth, and they need to see that you're a real person, and they need to see how they can see themselves in you coming out of their situation. And if all we're doing all day is just talking about good, and we don't talk about the things that we had to get through to be this good person, we don't talk about the things we had to get through to be a decent human being, we don't talk about the things we had to go through in order to rediscover our purpose because we realized we no longer had to find it. If we don't talk about those things, people can't relate to us. And so I was discounting myself for a very long time. And I know that there's some of you that are watching right now, whether you're watching live or whether you're watching a replay, and you're going to agree like, yeah, I definitely did discount myself, right? And it's in different things. It's in our careers. We've downplayed ourselves in our careers, right? Check your resume. If you've ever written a resume, I want you to do me a favor. And I don't want to say a favor. It's not really a favor. I'm challenging you to check your resume today. Go over your resume today because maybe you forgot how dope you were. Maybe you forgot about the accomplishments you did. Maybe you forgot about the work that you put in. Maybe you forgot about the challenges that you overcame. So go to your resume. I want you to go to your physical resume that you give out when you are applying for careers and jobs and elevation. I want you to go to that physical resume. And then I also want you to go to a mental resume. Get some pen and paper, right? Get some pen and paper and start writing down those things that you've accomplished. Why do you think in the beginning of this, I'm telling you what I'm offering? Do you understand that I was supposed to be a statistic through what I've been through? Do you understand that according to everybody else, I shouldn't have written 3 books? According to everybody else, my children shouldn't be successful in what they're doing and being in 2 HBCUs right now? According to everybody else, it shouldn't have happened? According to everybody else, I shouldn't have my own talk show? According to everybody else, I shouldn't have... Listen... No, we are no longer discounting ourselves. So I need you to type, I am no longer discounting myself. You need to look at your physical and your mental resumes and see what you've accomplished. See what you've come over. Take a look at that thing and remind yourself of how bad you are. Remind yourself of how dope you are. Remind yourself of how resilient you are. I don't care what people got to say about you. Nobody knows you better than you and God, period. So remind yourself of who you are, what you do, what you've done, and let that be the fuse. Let that be the match. Light it up to take you to where you're about to go. Y'all gonna see a whole different side of me. And let me tell you something. I ain't ashamed of it either. Who gonna rock with me, gonna rock with me. Who not gonna rock with me, they can go. Respectfully. Here's the thing, we don't gotta hate on nobody, we don't gotta kick nobody out because I wholeheartedly believe that God does the separating of the wheat and the tares. He said it in his word, and I believe what he says, right? And so if I'm operating the way that he has called me to operate, naturally, those who are not in that same operation as me, naturally, those who are not really for me, naturally, the snakes are going to come out. They're going to be shown, and they're going to separate. Darkness can't stand the light, y'all. Darkness can't stand the light. So be the light. And you don't give no discounts whatsoever. No discounts. So I am no longer discounting myself. So y'all should have 3 declarations by now, right? I am no longer searching for my purpose, right? Excuse me. I am no longer looking for validation, and I am no longer discounting myself. And the 4th reason why you can't find your purpose, you've been hiding in darkness. You've been too afraid to shine your light for the fear of being criticized, ridiculed, or not accepted. How many of y'all have been hiding in the darkness like, if I come out here and I really show them what I got, they gonna talk about me. And they might ridicule me, and I might not be accepted. Let me tell you something. I know that you are having these feelings because I have the same exact feelings. Let me tell you what I wanted to do. And if I have any friends on here who've known me for any length of time, I would love for y'all to tell people that I'm not lying about this, right? I do not drink. I don't. I can do a glass of wine. If I get to that second glass, it's a miracle. I'll be very honest with y'all, right? I am not a drinker. And I would go out with my friends. I'm like, dang, I wish I could hold liquor like them so I could be down. I want to be down. That was me. Like, I want to have the fun y'all having. But that is not what my body was called to do. My body is like, yeah, no, we can't do that. And when I tried it, I got sick, y'all. Like, sick. Real sick. All right? And it don't even be no whole lot of liquor. But I got sick. And I was doing my best to be accepted. I wanted to be accepted, right? I didn't want to be in the darkness no more. I wanted to be out in the light. I wanted to be out here with everybody else. So instead of shining Christina's light, what I was literally doing was I picked up a flashlight with somebody else's name on it. I said, here you go. Because this is what some of y'all are doing. You are picking up flashlights with somebody else's name on it. And you're pretending to be a light. Because it still has light on it. But it don't got your name on that light. Your name is not on that flashlight. And so this is what you're doing when you're hiding in darkness. You're pretending to be somebody else because you're afraid that if you would be your natural self, that you'd be criticized, you'd be ridiculed, and you wouldn't be accepted. So I'm telling you today that declaration is, I am no longer hiding in the darkness. Be true to be you. Be true to you. You don't have to hide in the darkness, because here's the thing. There's something that you're going to say that has to help somebody else, but they can't hear it because you're hiding in the darkness. There's another level of you that's supposed to get to another comma in your bank account, but you can't get to it because you're hiding in the darkness. Your children. Let's talk about it. Y'all know I'm a mother and I love to talk about parenting stuff, right? Your children, you're telling them to be great, but you're not because you're hiding in the darkness, so they can't be great either. Do you know why I go so hard? Because my wives watch me every single day. My daughter and my son watch me every single day. Every move I make, every word I say, everything I do, they are watching me every single day. And so I had to come out of hiding in darkness for the fear of being criticized. I had to come out of hiding in the darkness for the fear of being accepted. Here's the deal. If you don't accept me, that's okay. That is okay. I might not be the person to take you to your next level. I may not be the person to transform your life. I may not be the person that God needs to use to bless you. And that is okay. Because who I'm called to will understand and receive everything that I'm given. But they can only understand and receive it when I'm giving it authentically through me and not through a flashlight like I'm trying to pretend to be somebody else in the dark. Right? Here's another thing. You trying to be the flashlight. You like, I'm shining the light, Christina. Yeah, I'm shining my light in the darkness. You trying to be the flashlight. But do you understand that a flashlight operates on batteries? A flashlight operates on batteries. So what's the battery in your back that got you acting like somebody else instead of who you supposed to be? Because, baby, I could tell you right now, I don't need no flashlight in the dark. If we all in a dark room together, you better believe that my voice will be the light. That's my light. I don't need you to see me. And if you don't believe me, you can go back and watch episode 1 of the Christina Danielle show when the screen went black and we still operated. So even in the dark, I'm still going to be the light, right? So please understand, we are no longer hiding in the darkness. Shine your light, not somebody else's. Don't worry about people criticizing you. Don't worry about people talking about you. Don't worry about not being accepted. I promise you. I promise. When we separate from the feeling of trying to be accepted, do you know what type of pressure that you're putting on yourself by trying to be accepted by people? Every day you got to be somebody else because you are trying to be accepted. That is a lot of work, y'all. That's a lot of work every day to try to be somebody else so you can be accepted by somebody else. And most of these times, you're so busy trying to be accepted by people who are not even called to serve the way you're called to serve. They can't even speak your language because you're different and you're unique in your own way. So no more trying to do this flashlight thing. No more batteries in your back. You be the light you be the natural light in the darkness. I promise you that God has a purpose inside of you in your darkness. Baby, everything I've done in the darkness. I told y'all my first book I wrote in the year that I was going through a divorce. Everything I've done in the darkness. My second book was written after I overcame COVID. Everything I've done was in the darkness. Everything. I've invested in myself when I was broke. Baby, everything I've done in the darkness. Because I am the light. Because I understand that my purpose comes from God, not from people. So, I'm going to wrap this up real quick, right? 4 reasons why you can't find your purpose. And then I gave you 4 declarations so that you no longer have this problem anymore, right? Number 1, you're looking from a desperate place. So you end up more frustrated when you can't find it. Number 2, the declaration for that, I am no longer searching from a desperate place. Number 2, you look for validation from people and you got discouraged when you didn't receive it. Declaration, I'm no longer looking for validation. Number 3, you discounted yourself because either your value was stolen or never recognized. Declaration, I am no longer discounting myself. And I hope y'all are typing this in the comments. Don't just sit here looking and listening at me, because this is what we tend to do, right? We get this good information and we take it in and then we spit it right back out. It comes in one ear and it goes out the next ear. Listen, I don't come on here to hear myself talk. I don't come on here just to give y'all something and you not implement it and you not take action on it. I'm giving it to you because I really want to see the change. I really want you to be transformed. I understand what it was like to be in a place where nobody was helping me the way that I needed the help. Now, I'm not going to say nobody wasn't helping me at all, but not the way that I needed the help. And so I served the way that I served because I know that I was once that person. Don't take this information and just sit on it and don't do nothing about it, because you won't end up at the same spot. Nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. So again, 3rd reason, you've discounted yourself because either your value was stolen or never recognized. Your declaration, I am no longer discounting myself. And number 4, you've been hiding in darkness, afraid to shine your light for fear of being criticized, ridiculed, or not accepted. Declaration, I am no longer hiding in the darkness. I need to see in the comments that y'all getting this. I need to see that y'all getting this. If you got it, tell me you got it. If you got it, tell me you got it. Don't just take this information and then tomorrow you go back telling people, I'm just trying to find my purpose. I'm just searching for my purpose. I just gave you a whole strategy. A whole strategy. So we're not doing that anymore. Them days is done. Done, done, done. Dun, dun, dun. That's the sound that comes right before something major is about to happen, right? Got it? All right, yes, Natalie. She said, got it. If you got it, tell me that you got it. Tell me that you got it. Let me see in the comments that you got it. All right? And if you need assistance with that, that is where the Pray Prosper Bootcamp comes in. Y'all, it is 5 days with me. If you had a great time here, if you were transformed here, if you were changed here, if you got that aha, that perspective shift here, imagine 5 days with me. Virtual, just us, small group, intimate setting, no holds barred, right? I'm doing the 5-day Pray and Prosper Bootcamp. You can sign up at www.prayprosper.com. And in these 5 days, we're going to talk about defining and refining what prayer really is. We're going to talk about simplifying and structuring how to schedule your prayer life, or how to schedule your prayer around life and not life around prayer. Because a lot of people are scheduling life around prayer, and that is definitely not what you need to be doing. It is the opposite way. Day 3, we're going to take a deep dive. We're going to talk about the one thing you need to make anything work, right? Day 4, we're going to talk about what's the plan, sis. We're going to create a plan according to God and not a God according to your plan. That's where y'all messing up. That's where you're messing up. And number 5, we're going to talk about it's a lifestyle, how to operate the P&P way every single day, y'all. You're going to learn my 3-part framework on how I have became this person, how I've been able to live my best life in real life, REAL, and not REEL life, right? You're going to learn how you can be able to operate this lifestyle. Not this, we're not doing moments anymore, right? It's about a lifestyle shift. It's about a lifestyle change. It's about a lifestyle implementation, not a moment. I don't want you to feel good for a moment. That's cute, but we're not doing that no more. Right? We are shifting our lifestyles to operate intentionally. We're not operating out of potential anymore. And so if you want to be a part of this Pray and Prosper Bootcamp, go to www.prayprosper.com. Again, these seats are limited. This is happening June 14th to the 18th. If you have questions, you can shoot me a DM or you can shoot me an email to info@christinadanielle.co. Again, make sure that y'all take this information and implement it. Don't just hear it. The word says, don't just be hearers of the word, do it. Do it. Make it happen, right? Make it happen. You can make everything else happen, but you can't make this happen. You can serve everybody else. They ask you to do something, you do it. But what are you doing for you? What are you doing so you can be better? What are you doing so your legacy can be better? Because at the end of the day, when God takes me home, no time soon, Jesus, just so we're clear. When God takes me home, I know that I left a legacy of implementation to my children. They're not going to just see me talk about it. They see me walk. They see my walk. They see my actions. They see my failures. And that's okay. Some of y'all parents are afraid to show your children your failures. And the reason why you're afraid to show your children your failures is because you're not. The reason why you're afraid to show your children your failures, because you ain't strong enough to take that failure and flip it. Be strong enough to flip your failure. Ain't nothing wrong with failing. I fail every single day. Every day. And I'm not afraid to tell y'all that, because I'm going to flip my failure. How else am I supposed to be great? How else am I supposed to get better if I don't flip my failure? Right? So again, I love y'all. I pray that you received this information. Shout out to my girl Gia Mack. We were talking on episode 2 of the Christina Danielle Show. First of all, if y'all been checking out the Christina Danielle Show, we are 2 episodes in and it's been lit. I hope y'all been checking it out. I hope y'all been watching. If you wasn't catching it live, and make sure you catch those replays, because baby, it's only gonna get better. I don't want you to be behind, y'all. Y'all gotta keep up. All right. So again, connect with me if you are on Instagram. Connect with me at I am Christina Danielle. On Facebook, I am Christina Stewart. I think Danielle is in commas, something like that. Commas. That's not commas. It's whatever them things is called. Parentheses. That thing. Yep. That one right there. All right. And check out my website, my masterclasses, my books. Everything is on my website, www.christinadanielle.co. And get signed up for that for that boot camp, y'all. Pray and Prosper Bootcamp happening June 14th to the 18th. www.prayprosper.com. It is limited spots only. Limited spots only. And when they're gone, they're gone. Don't DM me asking, can I open up more spots? Because I'm not going to do it. Period. All right. Make that investment in you. All right. So have an amazing Saturday. Y'all stay safe out here in these streets. Wash your hands. Wear your mask. And I'll see y'all soon. Always make sure to pray and prosper. Love you guys. Bye now.